Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic installation of Above It All. Ah, okay, okay. So, I got a few things to say about this. But it appears I'm just gonna read the police report and then I'll go from there. Whew. Upon arrival, Miami Beach Fire Rescue was on the scene providing treatment to Travis Dyson, patient. Miami Beach Fire Rescue advised officers that Mr. Dyson was being treated for a possible drug overdose. He was in stable condition, but as a precaution, was going to be transported to Mount Sinai for further medical treatment. Officers then made contact with two other males who were inside of the hotel room, Aldo Mihajas and Andrew Gillum. Mr. Mihajas, I don't know who that is, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, stated the following to officers. Provided his credit card information to Travis Dyson to rent a hotel room for the night, was able to meet Mr. Dyson later in the day. Travis Dyson rented the room at approximately 1600 hours. Jesus Christ. On 3/12/2020, Mr. Mihajas arrived at the hotel at approximately 2307 hours, where he discovered Travis Dyson and Andrew Gillum inside the room under the influence of an unknown substance. Per Mr. Mihajas, Mr. Dyson opened the hotel room door and immediately walked over to the bed and collapsed in a prone position. I'm sorry for laughing. I'm so sorry. This isn't funny, but also it's kind of funny at the same time. It's one of those things where you just shouldn't laugh at it, but also it's hard not to. Mr. Mihajas observed Mr. Gillum inside of the bathroom vomiting. Mr. Mihajas stated that he observed Mr. Dyson having difficulty breathing, prompting him to wake him up. Mr. Dyson then began vomiting on the bed and immediately collapsed again. Mr. Mihajas began conducting chest compressions on Mr. Dyson and proceeded to contact police and fire rescue. Officers then attempted to speak to Mr. Gillum. Mr. Gillum was unable to communicate with officers due to his inebriated state. Sheesh. Okay, so it appears Andrew Gillum, former Florida president, or not president, Florida governor candidate. The quick and dirty on this is he was a Medicare for All candidate. Bernie Sanders rallied for him in Florida, and then slightly before the election, he did rallies with Hillary Clinton and walked back on Medicare for All, and then lost the election. So, oops. And then recently, Andrew Gillum has been kind of getting back in the news, going after Bernie Sanders because, how dare you say an objective fact about Cuba? Oh, dear golly gosh! So that's all I really know about Andrew Gillum. I'm gonna be honest, but I'm gonna say right now, if Andrew Gillum was in fact involved in a gay orgy with a meth overdose, I got hair in my mouth. Honestly, that makes me like him a lot more. Now, of course, there's a lot of angles here. One, should meth be illegal? I don't think so. It should be a controlled substance, but it shouldn't be illegal. I don't think anyone's going to go to jail for this, though. I wouldn't be surprised. I think if someone is addicted to a substance, they should be able to, of course, legally and with no fear whatsoever, wean themselves off of that substance. Of course, if it was some sort of gay fiasco, there's nothing wrong with that, of course. I already see like Candace Owens and other right-wingers going on Twitter.com being just kind of just disgusting about it. I'm just going to scroll through this. Of course, it's one of those things, like, again, it is kind of funny because it's so out of the blue. Like, I did not ever think I would see an article or a police report, no less, of Andrew Gillum, gubernatorial candidate, in a gay meth-induced orgy. I mean, it's one of those things where it sounds made up, but also it sounds like something out of like House of Cards or Scandal or something. Like, Jesus. Again, there's nothing wrong with this. On a moral level, there's nothing wrong with this. It's just really fucking bizarre. And It's just super bizarre. I'm sorry. I hope everything is okay. I hope no one's, hurt. I hope of course that there's no injuries. I hope that no one's dying or permanently scarred or whatever. But I'm looking forward to seeing Andrew Gillum respond to this. It's just again, this is such a good it's such a good image. Found naked, former Dem FLA Governor Andrew Gillum involved in meth overdose situation. Again, like, is one of those things where it's hard not to laugh at, but it also is a serious matter, and this is going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. Um, but gosh darn, let's go to latest. Gosh fucking darn. Jesus. Oh, jeez. Oh my god.